What is up, guys? It's Primetime Sports here, and today I'm going to be looking at an article from ESPN. It is the greatest sports images of this decade, or most iconic sports images. So I think it's going to be a couple each year. That's my guess on what it is. I have not looked at this yet. Saved it for a video. Hopefully it gets views. Maybe, probably won't, but we'll try. But it says iconic sports images of the decades. First, last, upsets, dynasties. The sports world has seen it all in the past 10 years. So we're gonna hop right into it right now with the 2010s. We start off with the World Cup in Africa. I'm not gonna read through every single one. I'll just read through the occasional one. If you want to stop and read about it, you can. We got 6 pictures for Africa, so I don't know if it's gonna be like 6 for every single one. So this is just the whole World Cup. Obviously, Spain beat Netherlands in the final. First World Cup in Africa ever, and it was a success. The game of the tournament, in my opinion, and they agree with it, was the big first game. The draw with Mexico, that first goal for South Africa was one of the highlights of the World Cup, in my opinion. And then obviously the game winner in stoppage time for Iniesta for Spain. That's a good pictures. Okay, so it looks like the biggest moment of the year is going to be the 6 pictures. And we got the Saints win the Super Bowl. Tracy Porter's pick 6. Right after Hurricane Katrina, that's a big deal. Tiger falls from grace. I would not have thought about this if I was going through this. Tiger Woods, really, his career went right like that after this moment until 10 years later in 2019 when he won the Masters. We'll see if that is in 2019. But that's a big deal. I didn't forget about that. Brittany Griner finds success at Baylor. You could go either way on this one. Obviously, it's big for the women's sport. She was really the first person to dunk in college, but on a broader standpoint, when it comes to sports, I don't really see this being that important. But they put it in. The Metrodome collapsed. I forgot about this, honestly. But it's a big deal. It really was the final, I don't want to say trash, older stadium to kind of finally go. Obviously, US Bank Stadium has replaced it, and US Bank Stadium is a lot better and one of the nicest stadiums in the country. So, big deal, not a big deal. Comment down below if you think it is. So now 2011. US stunned in the World Cup. Big deal. Yeah. Wambach, that was the player of the World Cup, in my opinion. Abby Wambach saved the USA's life in the World Cup in the quarterfinals when she scored the latest goal all time, any sport, any team, any gender, at the 122nd minute. So she carried them. She put them in her backpack all the way to the final, but Japan upset them. Butler makes its mark. Okay. First mid-major to really do anything in a tournament, and they made it to the championship back-to-back years. If I was choosing a picture for them, I would choose the Duke game because, in my opinion, that was more iconic. Gordon Hayward was on that team. He almost hit that shot that won the game from half court, but it bounced off the bank, bounced off the front of the rim. But I guess the second year in a row, if you do it one year, it could be a fluke. If you do it 2 years in a row, it's proving that you belong there, and Butler obviously belonged there. So using the second picture, the Houston Final Four, I'm cool with that. Dirk wins it for Dallas. That's a simple one. Vancouver Riots. I have no clue what this is, so I'm gonna read into it. Okay, so it's hockey, but I really don't know much about hockey, so I'll read into it even more. The Boston Bruins beat the Vancouver Canucks to win their first Stanley Cup since 1972, and Canucks fans had to respond. At the conclusion of Game 7, cars all over Vancouver were overturned, garbage cans set afire, and windows smashed. More than 100 people were injured and even more arrested. Wow, I had no clue that ever happened. That's obviously a big deal. I'm glad they put that in because, at least to the hockey world, that's definitely the iconic moment of the year. Djokovic breaks out. Djokovic with his dominant tennis season. It's fair, I'll put that in. 2012. The Big Three. After the 2014 season, the Big Three split up with James heading back to Cleveland region. So I guess instead of using the first year they won the champ. Wait, is this 2012? Okay, this is 2012. This is 2012. Yeah, so the first year, bronze first championship. They talk about the whole team. Yeah. Big three. Big deal. Paterno statue removed. Joe Paterno, I forgot about this. That was a huge deal with Jerry Sandusky in a sexual abuse case. Paterno statue got removed because Penn State didn't want that to deal with him. Even though Joe Paterno didn't do anything, he concealed Jerry Sandusky's sexual abuse. So Penn State was like, nah, I don't want anything to do with you, despite Joe Paterno being the absolute face of Penn State football for a long time. And he was just about to retire. He was a good man, but obviously not. I guess he wasn't. Michael Phelps medals in the 2012 London Games. Big deal, but not as big as Beijing. Obviously, that wasn't in this decade. Serena in London. Okay, so she won Wimbledon and a medal. Okay, yeah, Olympic year is always a big deal. It's not even called El Clasico for nothing. Sure, we'll talk about El Clasico. I would care less. Down goes Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez began their incredible fight series. Pacquiao had won all of them by December 2012, but Marquez won. Big deal. I enjoy watching boxing, and that's a big deal. Boston bombing, yeah. This is definitely, wow, that was a very sad day, but the Red Sox went on and won that game, or won the Super Bowl, so it was a big deal for them to win it after this tragedy, but that's a very important moment of the year. Lights out at the Super Bowl. The 30-minute delay, that's definitely got to be put in pictures, and obviously they use a good one of the lights out. Can't tell where they're out. Maybe it's on the other side. I don't know. Mariano Rivera retires. That's a good one for the baseball world. Yep, Boston strong, like I was talking about. This was huge. In particular, this photo. This is a really good photo. If you at least were watching a game, you probably have no idea what's going on if you didn't watch this game or know the highlights. David Ortiz hit a 8th inning grand slam to tie the game after they were down 5-1 versus the Red Sox in the ALCS. That was the moment of the playoffs, in my opinion, and it helped the Sox go on and win the World Series for Boston after that huge tragedy. The kick six, everyone knows about this. This has to be in it. This is a perfect picture for it because it just shows, damn, that's a lot of people. Like, the stands are still fulfilled, and the field is covered. It's crazy. 2014. Freight's legacy. Okay, so it started the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Obviously, the Ice Bucket Challenge was a huge deal. We got Bubba Watson right here without a shirt on. That's funny. Suarez bites again. I'm going to start rolling through these because this video is kind of getting a little long. Suarez bites in the World Cup. Luis Suarez took a chomp on Giorgino Chiellini's shoulder and cost him 9-game ban from international competition. Monet Davis. Not a lot of people know about him, but a girl pitched in the Little League World Series, an African-American girl, to say more. She ended up being a Sports Illustrated cover. Jeter's ending, his walk-off against the Orioles in his last home game. That moment gave me chills. Good picture. There's no picture for this. No, they're not loading up. Let's try to reload this maybe, and it'll load up a little better. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Now we will scroll back down. Oh. Beckham's unbelievable catch. Obviously, Odell's catch. Move on. Athletes join the conversation. Ferguson shooting. Okay, so this is when the huge Black Lives Matter went around, so that was important. Interesting picture to choose of the Rams. 2015, we have the Triple Crown for American Pharoah. Wow, that is a strong-ass horse. But the Triple Crown for American Pharoah, huge deal. That even I enjoyed that. First college football playoff with Urban Meyer and Ohio State. Malcolm Butler interception, obviously. Back to the World Cup. Carly Lloyd went absolutely off, hat trick in 16 minutes. And another Serena slam. Ronda Rousey gets KO'd. This was a big deal in the sports world. This was viral for around a week because Ronda Rousey had never been beat, and she got beat. 2016, Cubs won the World Series. Curse of Bambino over. No, fuck me. It's not the Bambino. It's just the curse of the Cubs. Bambino was the Red Sox. Warriors go 73-9. That is a weird ass picture of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond. That looked weird. Muhammad Ali dies. Obviously, a huge deal for him. And the city of Louisville. LeBron wins it for the land. That's a good one. I enjoy it. I like that one. Usain Bolt gets the triple. He won 3 gold medals in 3 events at 3 consecutive Olympics. Nice. Colin Kaepernick kneels. That's still a big deal today, but that's when it started. When the plane crash of Chapecoense, I can't pronounce the name, but the Brazilian soccer team, almost everyone died on the team, which except like 5, I believe, but that was a really sad moment. Nunes becomes an MMA star. Why is it a picture of them kissing? Okay, Nunes became the first openly gay UFC champion when she knocked out Ronda Rousey. Okay. Didn't really need to know that. 2017, we're getting to the end. The Patriots come back, huge deal. Serena wins while pregnant. That's good. U.S. women's hockey, could care less. Nadal wins again on clay. Penguins go back-to-back. And the Mayweather and McGregor fight. That was a big one. That was a fun fight to watch. Some people say it was bad, but still, it's Mayweather and McGregor. Those are like the 2 most popular names in fighting. So that was a fun fight. Baker being Baker. Him trash-talking and planting it in the field when he won the Heisman, too. 2018, we're getting toward the end. Sisters, survivors. Oh, the Larry Nassar, the USA Gymnastics whole thing. That was a big deal, but I don't think that's the most important thing of the year. Bama wins in the playoffs with Tua. Philly special. Chloe Kim wins gold. That was a good one. I like that. Zlatan's interest to MLS with his crazy game in El Tráfico. LeBron goes to the Lakers and leaves Cleveland. But Cleveland fans couldn't have been mad. Like, he did everything for them. Osaka's moment overshadowed. I remember this because I posted a video on my old channel that I got taken down. But this was a big deal. Serena really comforted her after that. 2019. Simone Biles cements her GOAT status. Is this the most important moment of the year? I say no. Next. America meets Zion. That's a good one, especially when he busted through his shoe sped. There we go. Like I said, in 2010, I thought they were going to talk about Tiger, and they do. So Tiger Woods wins his 15th major title, 5th Masters, and his first win in 11 years in a major. Ruiz upsets Joshua. That was crazy, but Joshua obviously got his revenge in a fight that was just a couple weeks ago. And then the Raptors win the title, and the U.S. women's national team win the World Cup. And the final one, the Capitol win the championship. So that's a good way to end it off, 3 titles. Comment what you think was your favorite picture of the whole decade, and then favorite year of the decade. That's all I gotta say. But make sure to subscribe, but go check out our other videos. Our recreating college buzzer beaters video is crazy. Follow us on TikTok at primetime.sports and Instagram at primetimeXsports_. That'll be it, guys. Peace.